Who wants to stay in a standard room at a hotel? I certainly don't. So today we're going to talk about Hotel Confirmable Upgrade Awards, ways that you can get a room upgrade on your next hotel stay, potentially to just a semi-higher tier room or a very, very nice suite. My name is Sean, and I'm here with my co-host.
Hi, everyone. I'm Sherwin. And on today's episode of the Credit Card BS podcast, we're going to run through each of the major hotel chains, Hyatt, IHG, Marriott, and Hilton, talk about their confirmable upgrade awards. Now, it's important to distinguish this from the space available upgrades that are given as a result of status. Those usually operate in addition to and on top of these confirmable upgrade awards. But we're talking about specific concrete upgrade instruments that are given to you as part of the loyalty program that you can apply in advance to a stay and sort of get an upgrade ahead of time and of higher priority and certainty. So let's first talk about Hyatt. I personally think this is the best of these programs for their suite upgrade awards. So you can earn one suite upgrade award at 40 EQNs, which is a choice. You can select 2 suite upgrade awards at 50 elite nights. You will get 2 suite upgrade awards at 60 EQNs. And beginning from 70 nights, 80, 90, all the way to 150, you can choose as your milestone reward 1 suite upgrade award. These can be applied to either a paid rate or points redemption. And it cannot stack with other certificates like a free night certificate, a guest of honor, or club access award. So for example, if I'm using category 1 through 4 certificate on a stay and I want to use a suite upgrade award on it, unfortunately, you won't be able to stack it. If I'm not a globalist, I want globalist benefits for a particular stay, and I apply a guest of honor award, it will not work with the upgrade award, unfortunately. You can only use 1 award per stay. Also, they let you gift the suite upgrade award to other people, which is pretty powerful. And so, Sean, how does this work in terms of like confirming these upgrade awards, and why are they so powerful?
Well, I mean, it's great because it's confirmed at booking. So when you're booking your room, let's say you're going to pay points for a standard room and there's also a standard suite available, you can just pay the standard points price and then apply the suite upgrade award, and it will guarantee you confirmed into the standard suite, which is very nice because you could book your stay a year out. And if there's a suite open, you can just guarantee it, lock it in. There's no worry about, will I get upgraded or any of that BS. You just have the suite. And that is really, really a nice benefit to confirm it so far in advance because you can make plans based on that. Let's say you want to bring more guests and your suite accommodates more people. You can know that you're going to get this very, very specific room type well in advance. And it just makes it a much more enjoyable experience in that regard. Now, of course, the only con of this, because these suite upgrades are so good, they can be difficult to come by in terms of securing one at a hotel. It's really going to be a very hit or miss thing depending on which property you're staying at and which kind of season. So for example, a property like Grand Hyatt Kauai is like notorious for being very, very difficult to use these at just because everyone and their mother wants to use their Global Suite Upgrade Awards here, and there's not that many suites at the hotel. Another property such as the Hyatt properties in Jakarta, very, very easy to use these awards at. So very hit or miss in terms of the property, but when you can use it, extremely good value.
I will say what's nice is, unlike some of these other chains, as long as a standard suite is available and for sale, they necessarily must allow you to use a suite upgrade award. They can't have like a separate inventory for this category of suite that some people can use SUAs on and some people cannot. What Sean is talking about is like the availability of the suite in general, not like a separate inventory of availability.
Yes.
For SUAs. Also note that they are valid for the year they are earned plus 14 months. So until next February, basically. So if you have the opportunity to select it near the end of a year and you're able to select it January 1st or later in the following year, you'll actually get some extra time to use that suite upgrade award, which is pretty nice. Okay, so that's our favorite program for sure. Well, let's talk about IHG, which also has an interesting suite upgrade award program that they added recently. So you could select these as part of the milestone rewards, and they're selectable at 20 EQNs. You can get 1 at 40 if you select it, and you can also select 2 suite upgrade awards at 70 nights. Now note that for IHG, the really only way to get these EQNs is to actually stay, like Hyatt, where you can sort of work your way up with credit cards. Same thing with Marriott. IHG, it's actually sort of challenging to get these because you actually have to stay fully, but at least you can get 1 at 20 EQNs, which is on a lower end of the range. These work differently. They're conformable 14 days before the stay, so you do have to call in, try to use it 2 weeks out from your stay. You can't go any earlier. It's valid for a stay up to 5 nights. If a suite is not available, you may be able to pick a premium room instead, but the inventory really varies by property. They don't have a standard designation of what a suite is like Hyatt. So that's, I think, a con of this program. They're valid 12 months from selection, and they can be applied to both paid and award stays. So Sean, have you had any experience with this, or what have you seen about it online?
Personally, I've actually never earned one of these, but in my limited experience, at least figuring out from properties what their upgradable like suite is, or hearing people use them, they do seem very interesting and very hit or miss based on the property. There are some hotels which really don't have that high tier of a room to upgrade you into. And there's some properties I have seen that have had actually a really good upgrade, like second highest tier room in the hotel, because the hotel didn't have many categories of suites, but it was like a legitimately amazing room. So it's extraordinarily hit or miss, I would imagine, based on the property. So you probably, if this is something you're considering earning and you have properties in mind, you might want to call up the property and ask them what it can be applied to. Because I think depending on where you're staying, it will be a very, very great benefit or a very, very whatever benefit. I will say what's really interesting about IHG particularly is how easy it is, quote unquote, to earn them, given the low threshold of nights you need. Only 20 nights is by far the lowest threshold to earn these that you'd actually need. Now, of course, these actually have to be 20 nights stayed in a hotel. There's no way to game this in terms of credit cards or spending. But in terms of nights in a hotel room, on paper at least, by far the lowest requirement of any of the programs. So it's something I would definitely consider earning, and I think there are some pretty good use cases out there, but it is very hit or miss. It's not like Hyatt where pretty much across the board you're going to get pretty solid use cases.
Yeah, I've read about people complaining that, their suite upgrade awards basically went to waste and expired because the number of times they tried to use it and they called up, tried to apply it, and they made a bunch of excuses on like they couldn't apply it to this type of room or it wasn't available, even though they saw availability online. So it's really hit or miss. And again, you don't get to confirm it at time of booking. It's 14 days from stay, which I think kind of sucks compared to what Hyatt is able to offer. Okay, Marriott is very interesting. They used to have suite upgrade awards, and I guess to temper everyone's expectations, they've renamed them to nightly upgrade awards. So these could be premium rooms and not necessarily suites. So you can select 5 nightly upgrade awards at 50 ENCs and another 5 at 75 elite nights. So unlike IHG and Hyatt, each nightly upgrade award is good for 1 night. It's not 1 per stay, it's 1 per night. And it works on paid points as well as stays booked with free night certificates. The available room types vary a lot. Again, as you can tell from the name, it's not necessarily suites, right? You can apply these to premium rooms. And the way it works is you select room types that you kind of want to bid for, and then 3 to 5 days before arrival, there is this algorithm that sort of forecasts occupancy, probably looks at the likelihood they'll be able to sell the suite or the premium room, and then the algorithm will determine if your nightly upgrade awards clear. If they clear, you get the upgrade. If they don't clear, they return the nightly upgrade awards to you. So Sean, have you used this yourself? What's your experience been like?
So interestingly, I have been fortunate enough to not have any nightly upgrade awards expire, which seems to be a very common recurring trend for people. Now, I am someone who tries to stay, especially in my Bonvoy properties, like pretty good hotels. I do travel a lot during like off season mainly. So in my experience, I've had good luck with these. Now, I find a good use case for these, in my view, is particularly one at properties during lower season, but also at properties that you do not expect them to be very generous on the elite upgrades for. So, for example, a property I used it at once was Pelican Hill, which is not a property known for their elite benefit generosity. With that said, because this was an algorithm-based decision, right, not based on the property, I got a very nice upgrade to a very beautiful suite. And that would never, ever have happened complimentary at the hotel. But because it was an algorithm-based decision and the hotel had allocated these suites to be in as part of the algorithm, I was able to get this upgrade. So in my experience, I think using it at properties where they're not known for the best generosity of the upgrades is a really good strategy. And then, of course, what's interesting is applying it earlier on your booking is usually known to be a tiebreaker. So let's say you have like 2 people for the same rate code, same length of stay, all that, but one guy applies it earlier than the other, then the person that applied it earlier usually might win the algorithm tiebreaker. So if you are going to want to use these nightly upgrade awards, apply them as soon as you can. And it's been an interesting experience for me. I haven't gotten any like true mega suites or anything on it yet, but that's also for me kind of where my main appeal is, because since these are waitlisted awards and not confirmable, they're not as good as Hyatt in that regard. They're not as good as IHG in that regard, because IHG, at least you can confirm 2 weeks out. The main appeal for me of these is the fact that at certain hotels, you can waitlist into much higher tier suites than you could normally get for the other programs. So I find a really good use case at properties that are not very generous, or trying to YOLO gamble your way into the upgrade of a very, very high tier suite. Those are my 2 favorite use cases. Have you been able to use these before, Sherwin?
So I'm not loyal to Marriott at all. And one of the reasons is I find this benefit entirely irritating and annoying. This is basically a waitlist program. So honestly, like if that suite is available a few days before or right before or on the day of, you should be upgrading elite members to those rooms anyway. Like what is the point of this whole program? Like if the suite is available the morning of, you should be upgrading someone anyway, then why do we have these confirmable instruments that don't clear until right before the booking that you can't even lock in? And then there's this algorithm that forecasts occupancy, which means that sometimes the algorithm can predict wrong and the suite goes unsold, and they return the NUAs to you, and then they still don't upgrade you at the time of check-in. That's subject to availability. So it's like, I think it's a really bad program, to be honest. I think the fact that it doesn't clear right before makes it indistinguishable from a space available upgrade that you should be entitled to anyway as an elite member. So I think it's insulting that you need an extra instrument that doesn't really give you any more certainty on whether you're going to get a suite earlier. I don't know. I'm not very fond of the way Marriott does these nightly upgrade awards. I guess the usefulness of this is like you could be higher priority compared to someone with elite status, but didn't use it for this say, but then you have to strategize on like, oh, what's the likelihood I'm going to get upgraded versus like, is it a waste to use it if I'm already going to get upgraded with my status? So I don't know. And also I've seen like infuriating data points online of people, using the nightly upgrade award and then algorithm doesn't clear them. Then at the time of the check-in, they try to get upsold to the suite that is clearly still available, but that they did not receive a complimentary upgrade to, and for which their NUA is not clear. So not a good program in my opinion.
Oh, just to make it worse, one other note is that I've heard if you don't get upgraded on your nightly upgrade award, like if the algorithm says, sorry, couldn't make it happen, they put a note on your reservation to not upgrade you because Marriott doesn't want, because what will happen to some people is it won't clear them, and then they'll get upgraded anyways. Like the property will just do it because maybe they're a generous property as far as elite benefits go. But like Marriott will put a note on the reservation, like don't upgrade them because we don't want guests to think these things are useless. Like, so it is like, if you don't get upgraded, it's kind of like a punch in the face, because now it's like, God damn it. Now Marriott's telling them not to upgrade me. So, but properties still do it sometimes anyways, but I agree. It's not fun.
Yeah. Okay. And finally, Hilton. This is still a very new addition to their loyalty program, so we don't really know all the details of how it works in practice, but they've introduced this confirmable upgrade reward. It's very difficult to earn. You get one when you get Diamond Reserve status, which is 80 nights or 40 stays plus 18K in spend. And then you get another one at 120 nights. And honestly, it's possible that you get the 120 night one before you hit Diamond Reserve if you're not hitting 18K in spend. Who knows? But so really, there's only an opportunity to earn 2 per year at these extremely high thresholds. Supposedly, you're able to confirm up to a 1-bedroom suite at the time of booking for a stay up to 7 nights. So, Sean, what do you think of this?
I wish they would release some more details on this, to be honest with you, because I feel like because these are so rare to earn, their main superpower is going to be that there's not going to be much competition to use them. But the appeal in my mind is if you're someone hitting Diamond Reserve and spending a bunch of money in hotels, the fun thing for me would be like using it as some mega tier property. There are mega tier properties, I'm sure, where you book into like a standard room and all that. But I'm curious, like, could I use this at Waldorf Maldives? Can I, that's kind of the place where it's like, that's okay. I understand they're really difficult to earn. Can they be really powerful at least? So I wish they would release a little more detail. It's like maybe some chart or something of like per property, where can you go, or some way to figure it out. Because, maybe there would be a lot more interest if someone told me that like, hey, if you use this at Waldorf Maldives, you go from the base room to like a super, super nice sunset over water villa or something. But if you're not going to tell me that, and if there's going to be a million exceptions, I'm sure that there are, then like, why do I want to earn this? At least with Hyatt, it's like very clear. It's a standard suite. So I can go to any hotel in Hyatt. I can figure out what their standard suite is. And then I can understand, okay, great, I can use it for that. But like they should at least, if there's going to be all these exceptions, which I'm sure there are, there should be some way for me to figure out where I can use it. It's the same frustration kind of with the nightly upgrade awards and IHG, because it's annoying to figure out where you can use them.
I think for how difficult it is to earn these at Hilton, they better be very easy to use. By way of comparison, at 60 nights, a globalist status with Hyatt, you can have earned up to 5 suite upgrade awards. Right here, the first upgrade award doesn't kick in until Diamond Reserve, which is 80 nights and 18K in spend, right? So these better be very good to use. My guess is that they still haven't fully figured out the economics of this, which is why they need to make it so hard to earn. Like, I bet they're probably having to reimburse the hotel close to rack rate on these suite upgrade awards. And it's kind of how, like, if you book a premium room reward on Hilton, it costs an astronomical amount of points because basically they don't have a reduced award compensation rate like they have for standard rooms. Whereas like Hyatt figured out a compensation structure for the hotel where if you're using a suite upgrade award, they're not fully paying for the full cash rate of the suite to the hotel.
Yes,
like I bet they haven't I bet they haven't figured out the economics of this on the Hilton side with the individual properties. They might have to reimburse them close to rec rate, which is why like it's so difficult to earn these. So they better be easy to use, is what I'm saying.
Yes, like to put it in perspective of how Hyatt's doing it, like the one Hyatt hotel I stayed at before accidentally sent me their bill to Hyatt, but they sent it to me as a folio, and I got to see how much the property is being reimbursed by Hyatt. For a room that literally costs like twice as much, like several $100s a night more, Hyatt was only paying them $40 a night for my suite upgrade award use. So that's why like Hyatt is able to give so many of these out, because with all their hotels, they have an agreement that like, hey, these standard suites, we're only paying you like a very small amount of money per upgrade that happens on these. Whereas, yeah, you're probably right, for Hilton, they didn't have this in place before, so they can't just go tell all their hotels like, great, you got to just accept that we're just going to give a bunch of these things away, that they're going to have to pay a lot of money for these.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so what are your thoughts on these hotel confirmable upgrade awards? Are there programs that you tend to try to earn these for? Let us know down in the comments below. And if you found today's video interesting or useful, please subscribe. And Sean, why don't you plug our memberships and our Discord?
Yeah, if you want to connect with an elite group of credit card enthusiasts and award travelers entirely for free, check out the Traveling Discord group at the link in the description. And if you want to get access to more exclusive content, stuff we can't talk about publicly, deals and other exclusive hacks and tips and stuff like that, click the join button below to check out our channel memberships. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.